Today we're going to talk about AI, specifically generative AI and ethics. I create legal writing software that doesn't use AI or generative AI, so why should I care about tools that can summarize your research and make it sound fluent? Well, lawyers care about words more than most other professionals. We're trained to read closely and find meaning. We don't just analyze what was said, we pay close attention to how it was said. We expect that the words we see mean something, and we're intentionally selected for that meaning. We've been trained to focus on subtle language cues to convey that meaning. So, for example, we're taught that words like likely, arguably, or clearly are ways to calibrate legal advice and manage expectations. To us, word choice is part of the argument. Because we put so much weight on words, we can spend a disproportionate amount of time tinkering with them. So, of course, we yearn for a faster way to work. And we also expect that all text must be created based on the same standards that we apply. In short, our obsession with words makes us particularly vulnerable to the things that generative AI can get wrong. Since words are our world and our value, it's both exciting and scary that the tools seem to be able to do what we can do. With everything that's changed, we need to find a way to understand this new world and a way to work in this new world. So why have I anointed myself as the messenger for this topic? Well, I care because I practiced law for a decade, most of that in New York, and I worked on high-profile Chapter 11 bankruptcy cases like Dewey and LaBeouf, American Airlines, Kodak, and Columbia House. There was never enough time, and there was always a lot of pressure. And research and writing were the activities that I spent the most time doing. They were our most important work. So these are also the problems that most generative AI tools promise to solve right now. And recently, I've spent the last 10 years working on legal writing software, including WordRake, which will securely edit your writing for clarity, brevity, and simplicity. And I think this experience actually makes me a pretty good messenger to discuss how technology, ethics, and writing come together. So when you write, you're converting your research into something useful for your client. And it's that important blend of substance, theory, and process that you're getting. So while I'll emphasize the value of writing that we do as lawyers, I promise I won't spend our time together wagging my finger and saying that you should never touch any generative AI tool. Tools can be good and bad, and hopefully I'll help you gain the judgment to decide how to use what and when. So I do believe that law and technology can work